What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is, man. Trigger ranking. Up in this thing, man. We're about to do a little live. I probably gonna start doing some more of my little shorts, you know what I'm saying? Just me, because I've been doing a lot of the sword stuff. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of AI stuff. But yeah, man, y'all coming in, y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Y'all want to donate to the channel. Everything is at the top of my description, at the top of my page. So y'all let me know what's up. Let's see. About to go nuclear. We're about to react. Hold on, y'all.
You are watching a master at work.
Alright, so we about to check out Diddy's secret involving with his kids just got exposed. Panda Press, let's check it out. Panda Press, this is the channel we watch.
Chicken bacon ranch.
I mean, you ain't got to put that out there like that, bro. Don't put that out in the universe like that. That you're poor. Don't do that. Even if you don't got it, just think positive thoughts and you will get it.
Gonna lie to you, I did not expect this part of the story to come out because this whole time, everybody was focused on the charges, the court dates, the meltdown. Diddy had a plan B in the background, and not just any plan, a plan built on his own kids. Yeah, the twins, Justin, Christian, all of them were part of a blueprint he'd been cooking for years. That comeback strategy blew up before it even had a chance to start. Deals gone, shows ghosted, clothing line frozen, the Combs name radioactive. But here's the crazy part. When you look at how everything was set up, how the kids moved, the timing, the brand pushes, the trial behavior, you start realizing Diddy wasn't just building a family. He was building a reputation safety net, a whole backup PR army, a shield, a when I get out, y'all open the door for me system. And that just got obliterated. So today we're breaking down the real plan B, the one nobody was supposed to see, the one involving his own children, and the one that 50 Cent accidentally exposed. Buckle up, this gonna get messy.
I don't like where this is going.
Bruh, when I tell you Diddy is not just melting down, he's straight up free falling. I'm not exaggerating. People think the courtroom did.
Free falling now. Free falling now.
Nah, the courtroom was just the appetizer. The real collapse, it came from something he never expected, that documentary. The 150 Cent push like he was dropping the mixtape of the decade. And fam, it didn't just expose crimes, scandals, or rumors. It blew up the one thing Diddy needed more than money, more than fame, more than anything, his plan B. See, most folks out here think Diddy's breakdown is emotional. Oh.
So just so y'all know, the analytics on this actual documentary, it's #1 right now on Netflix. It beat out Stranger Things. You know Stranger Things, my little girl don't be watching that shit. Them little kids be watching that. And you know kids watch shit pretty much more than grown-ups, but for this right here, everybody wanted to watch this shit to see what the hell was going on. And it's #1 right now on Netflix.
He's stressed. He's scared.
I think it's like 20-some million viewers in a week. Like since it came out, I think it got like I know it's over 20. I think it's like 28. I don't want to say like allegedly, but I know it's over 20 right now.
He's panicking.
20,000 views
nah, bro.
in a week.
This man is panicking because the one strategy he'd been setting up for years just got erased. And that's why he's melting. Not because he's locked up, not because of 50, not because of the media, but because his comeback plan, his secret blueprint, his escape hatch, all of it just turned to dust.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean, and you know what though? That's typically how the bullshit goes. You feel me?
And here's the crazy part. It wasn't built on lawyers. It wasn't built on PR. It wasn't built on some redemption tour. It was built on his kids. Yeah, let that sink in. Before the documentary dropped, before everything flipped, Diddy was out here setting up a whole legacy machine behind the scenes. Justin, Christian, the twins, all moving in positions that were supposed to keep the Combs name shiny while he handled legal issues and eventually made a dramatic comeback. But now, after that documentary, after the receipts, after the interviews, bruh, that entire blueprint just collapsed. And Diddy knows it. This is why we're seeing the meltdown. This is why he's spiraling. This is why every insider is whispering that the Combs empire is officially cooked. Because when your whole plan B depends on your kids holding up the brand while you're gone, and then Netflix plus 50 Cent torched that family image in 4 episodes, yeah.
Today your ass is gonna die.
Man, that nigga, hey, they say goddamn, Diddy sent Puffy some flowers from jail.
Say goodnight, motherfucker.
You start unraveling real fast. All right, so boom. Let's get into this so y'all really understand the plan B Diddy was banking on. Because this wasn't no casual, oh, my kids just want to be influencers type move. Nah, this man had a full blueprint built around his children. Like he was running a marketing agency out the living room. See, Diddy always counted on one thing, the public soft spot for family. Those are his babies. They innocent. They don't got nothing to do with it. He knew exactly how people think, and he used that hard. So his whole backup plan, it wasn't fame, it wasn't business, it wasn't redemption speeches, it was the kids. This man literally built a PR force field made out of his own bloodline. Justin would slide into the spotlight looking supportive. That's my pops. I love him. Christian would keep rapping, keep posting, keep the brand name alive. King Combs, you feel?
Christian is one of the reasons why he got locked up. Cause I told him, he put out some little diss to the feds and all these people. And I said before Diddy even got locked up, I said this shit. I said, bruh, you need to chill. Don't say nothing. Don't put out no music. Don't do nothing, bro. Your dad, bruh, the green light is on, my man. So, let that go right now, bro.
Feel me?
But
And the twins, they were positioned like the next fashion darlings of Instagram, ready to carry the Combs name into a cleaner, softer era.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Bruh, it was all strategic. Every appearance, every brand deal, every red carpet, every family moment. Diddy wasn't just raising kids, he was building assets. He wasn't just being a dad, he was creating a comeback engine. And that's why this plan B hurts the most. Because in his mind, using his kids as that shield, that was the invincible play. The one thing nobody could question, nobody could criticize, nobody could tear down. Except one documentary did. And that's when everything flipped. Now let's talk about,
man, this documentary right here is gonna make this gonna be a historic documentary, bro. But I'm sure, I'm 100% sure they're gonna come out with documentaries that's gonna be more damning than the one that was on Netflix. Now it's gonna take a couple of people to get together, and it's gonna be some trouble for Diddy, bro. It's already trouble now, but
the boys,
just wait.
Justin and Christian, because bruh, this part right here is where the whole family comeback plan starts looking real calculated. Diddy ain't stupid. He knows the public loves the next generation story. So what did he do? He started grooming Justin and Christian to be mini versions of himself, little moguls in training. Justin out here playing the clean-cut gentleman, posting sentimental captions, looking like the responsible son who just wants his dad home. Christian out here doing the artist thing, rapping, modeling, performing, running around like the heir to the bad boy throne. And none of that was random. None of it. These boys were placed in strategic positions, reality TV pipelines, brand-friendly images, TV appearances, music opportunities, all lined up so when Diddy finally popped back out, he could walk right through the door his sons kept warm for him. It was the perfect setup. The public sees young black men succeeding, they cheer. They see sons defending their father, they sympathize. They see a family hustling together, they lower their guard. Diddy knew exactly what he was doing. He wasn't just building his sons' careers, he was building insurance policies. As long as Justin and Christian stayed active, stayed visible, likable, the Combs name stayed alive. And when the dust settled, Diddy could slide right back into the spotlight like, look what my boys built. Look how they held me down. But here's the twist. That documentary connected the dots in a way that nobody expected. Now, every move those boys made during the trial, every interview, every speech, every defense of their father went from family loyalty to were they part of the machine too? That's where the public flipped. That's where the sympathy dropped. That's where the plan B started cracking. All right, now let's slide over to the twins, because this part right here is where people started connecting the dots and going,
And steamy out, you is the king of dips. Enhances the flavor of everything. Roast beef, onions.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
hold on, why does this look plain? Bruh, twins don't just wake up one day, skip college, and jump into a clothing line during the exact moment their father's world is collapsing. It ain't coincidence. That's choreography. Think about it. Just being groomed for music and position and fashion.
Wait a minute. Who are you? Hey, bro, that mean right there. We gotta go, man. We gotta get that one again. We gotta get that one more time, bro.
Because this part right here is where people started connecting the dots.
Hey,
and going,
that's funny, bro.
Wait a minute.
Who are you?
hold on. Bruh, twins don't just wake up one day, skip college, and jump into a clothing line during the exact moment their father's world is collapsing. That ain't coincidence. That's choreography. Think about it. While Justin and Christian were being groomed for music and TV, the twins were being positioned as the fashion arm of the Combs empire. Influencers, brand ambassadors, young, pretty, marketable, perfect for the soft side of the comeback plan. And guess what? A clothing line makes the perfect cover for a comeback. It's clean, it's commercial, it's family friendly. Nobody questions fashion. So when the twins suddenly announced their brand, skipped school, and dove straight into influencer life, people thought it was just Gen Z doing Gen Z things. But Inside has been whispering that Diddy himself pushed that move. Not because the girls were ready.
See, that nigga Diddy thought he had all that shit goddamn planned out, but bruh, 50 came and threw a monkey wrench in your operation, bro. Like, bruh, 50 did some fantastic.
But because he needed a brand waiting for him when he got out, a runway, a revenue stream, a redemption stage. The twins were supposed to hold the line, keep the Combs name cute and shiny while the boys handled music and TV. Then Diddy comes home like a surprise drop, walks into a booming fashion brand his daughters built, and boom, comeback storyline writes it.
It ain't gonna work like it ain't gonna work like that. I'm sorry, bro. It's not gonna work like that.
So, except that documentary, it nuked all of that. Brand meetings, ghosted. Fashion deals, on ice. Influencer contracts, suspended. Hollywood don't want the twins modeling anything right now. Not even socks, bruh.
Damn.
Sensational.
And it's not because the girls didn't get it wrong. It's because the Combs name
socks? They don't even want them modeling socks,
It's
bro.
now a hazard sign. So the twins went from the future of the brand to nobody wants to touch this with gloves on. All because the blueprint wasn't about their dreams, it was about his comeback. Now here's where the whole picture gets even darker. Because once you start listening to industry insiders talk, you realize this wasn't just a family hustle. This was a calculated PR fortress. And Diddy was sitting at the top like a general. Bruh, insiders been saying for years that Diddy always relied on image more than anything. Not talent, not deals, not music, not business. Image, the illusion, the brand. So when the walls started closing in, of course he turned to the one thing the public usually never questions: family. Hollywood execs, label reps, reality TV people, they all describe the same vibe. Diddy was positioning his kids like chess pieces. Justin equals emotional anchor. Christian equals the charismatic next superstar. The twins equals fashion doorway plus Gen Z appeal. It was neat, organized, strategic, and honestly, manipulative as hell.
Hey man, it was though. Like he thought he was gonna. He
Because
thought he was gonna be
insiders say the
slick when he got
expectation
out
was
of
clear.
jail though.
Hold the brand together. Keep the Combs name alive. Keep the doors open. When I get out, we rebuild bigger than ever. He expected the kids to be the shield. He expected sympathy to roll in because they didn't do anything wrong. He expected brand deals to keep flowing because the kids were clean. He expected Hollywood to say, let's give them a chance.
Nah. Y'all already know what's going on. And my Drewski voice, y'all already know what's going on. For real.
But here's the twist people ain't talking about. All of that was based on Diddy believing his public image still had some level of protection. The documentary destroyed that illusion on day one. No more benefit of the doubt. No more sympathy. No more separate the art from the man. Hollywood didn't just back away. They yanked the plug out the wall. Meetings canceled, collaborations iced. Anything with the Combs name attached got labeled too risky. And that right there, that was Diddy's worst nightmare. Because without the public loving his kids, the comeback engine stops. The legacy machine breaks. Plan B dies. And that's exactly what happened. All right, now let's get to the moment everything officially collapsed. Because when 50 Cent dropped that documentary, bruh, it wasn't just a hit piece. It was a nuclear bomb dropped dead center on Diddy's Plan B. You gotta understand something. The entire comeback strategy depended on the kids staying clean, staying marketable, staying untouched by the scandal. That was the foundation, the whole structure, the glue holding everything together. And that documentary, it ripped that foundation out the ground like a weed. Suddenly, the public wasn't looking at the kids as innocent bystanders. Now people were replaying every clip from the trial, every emotional speech, every moment the boys defended their father.
It didn't look like he was.
Every brand announcement from the twins.
Hey, hold on, what's crazy?
Saying,
hey, check this out. Look out. Hey, we about to go to something. It look like that boy 50 Cent received some news. I don't know, poetic flock, or
And
hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Too.
Looking at it.
Once that question enters the public mind, it's over. There is no recovering that brand. Hollywood felt it immediately. Reality TV producers backed out. Labels went silent. Fashion brands ghosted the twins. Influencer deals dried up like they were never there. Because nobody wants to be the company that said, yeah.
Bruh, it's like Diddy he fucked up. Like, bruh, it's like, you got kings that had the Midas touch. Everything they touch, it's gold. It works. He had that for a minute, and then in the early part of his career, especially with the shit with Tupac and Biggie, he fucked it up. And that's why he had to force himself to go, into the future as far as all these other projects and Mr. Love or some shit you talking about. But yeah, that's what that's about. You dig? That's what that's about.
Let's work with Diddy's kids. The same week, millions of people watched the documentary painting the family as part of a toxic empire. And the worst part, the documentary wasn't even focused on the kids. It just exposed the environment they grew up in. But that alone was enough to make every brand go, yeah, nah, not touching it. So the entire comeback plan, the branding, the shows, the clothing lines, the music, it all folded overnight. One documentary, 4 episodes. To this will never happen again.
But Diddy told him, like, before, he was like, hey, I'm gonna do this documentary, and it's just this shit, man. This shit hit the fan.
And that is why the meltdown is real. Because Diddy didn't just lose his career, he lost the only route he had left to rebuild it. And that's where it gets dark for me. Because when you start grooming your kids to be your PR shield, when you turn their dreams into your comeback engine,
I mean, that's I ain't gonna say that.
when you put the weight of your entire legacy on their shoulders, that's not love. That's not protection. That's manipulation dressed up as fatherhood. And
I just feel like, he shouldn't have, he shouldn't have did the things he did to make himself so hot. Now you in jail, you serving your sentence. You ain't got that many years. You got a couple of years. You might do 3.5. You might do 2.5. But, buddy, what are you doing?
look, I ain't saying the kids are evil. I ain't saying they masterminds. They're young. They grew up rich. They grew up famous. They learned loyalty before they learned boundaries. But bruh, the moment the documentary tied them, even indirectly, to the empire you built, it didn't matter who was innocent. It didn't matter who knew what. It didn't matter who was just trying to be there for their father.
Man, come on, bro. Like, come on, dog.
Public made up its mind. And once the internet labels you as part of the machine, it's game over. And that is why this whole plan B was doomed from the start. Diddy didn't build a legacy. He built a house of cards. And when it fell, his kids got buried under the pieces. And the worst part, he probably thought he was protecting them. Meanwhile, he was dragging them right into the fire he created. Now they're left cleaning up his mess while he sits wherever he is, realizing the truth every powerful man hates to accept. Your empire means nothing if your family gotta be the collateral. You know the sad thing about all this? The Combs kids didn't ask for any of this. They were born into the spotlight, raised inside the machine, shaped by...
Like, it was like they had no other choice. They were, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like if you in LA and you live in a certain neighborhood, this and that, but you do have people that have strong will that says they don't want to be a part of any of these gangs. And they just live as regular citizens, bro. I'm a civilian.
An image their father crafted, not one they chose. And now they paying a price for decisions they didn't make, for a legacy they didn't build, for a plan they didn't design. That's the real tragedy here, because the world loves the rise. and the world loves to fall. But the world never cares who gets hit by the debris.
I'm here to tell you right now, we
We
don't
don't
care. We don't care.
And as messy as this whole
We don't
situation
care.
is, one thing is clear: sometimes the most
Nigga, we don't care.
dangerous part of a powerful man ain't what he does in public, it's the pressure he puts on the people who love him in private. Hopefully the kids find their own paths. Hopefully they separate their names from the shadow. Hopefully they get a chance to build something that belongs to them, not the blueprint their father forced on them. Because nobody should have to carry the weight of a fault.
Yeah, that right there, that's crazy. We about to go to Poet Flacco. 50 Cent receives the worst news ever. I don't know what it is about. I'm just.
This documentary has brought a lot of chaos to 50 Cent's life.
We reacting to Poetic Flacco. Y'all go check them out.
In this video, we're addressing how Ja Rule has announced a lawsuit against 50 Cent is coming, as well as 50 Cent new beef with Marlon Wayans over this documentary. Right? This is all crazy and insane. To think that 50 Cent just being
Like this whole 50 Cent. I mean, the whole documentary is just like, you know, it's like people mad because he came up with. How can I say it? He came up with. The right sauce, I guess.
an executive producer in this Diddy documentary would have caused them this much chaos. It's just crazy to think about. One person that 50 Cent had a problem speaking on him this week is Marlon Wayans, which to me was a surprise because Marlon Wayans don't beef with nobody. But I guess 50 Cent had an issue with what Marlon Wayans had to say in regards to his participation in the Diddy documentary.
Are you gonna watch the Diddy documentary? Eventually, but you know, I look, man, I'm not gonna keep throwing the dude under the bus, man, and serving time in prison. You know, I know Diddy, I know his kids. You know, it must be hard for them. You know what I mean? At the point, you know what I'm saying, like on a human level, I just go, all right, man, we did it. I'm Diddy'd out.
I think everybody had this mindset before watching the documentary, and then we watched the documentary and thought, oh no, that documentary was needed. It was entertaining. I think it was a good documentary. For some reason, people took my
You said we did it. We did it out.
statements out of context. I think in one of my last videos, I said the documentary was backfiring against 50 Cent. That's because of all the hate he was getting. I never said I didn't like the fact that he did the documentary. But Marlon Wayans will go on to explain how, because him and Diddy actually had a relationship, they went to college together, he knows Diddy kids, that it's hard for him to root against Diddy, or it's hard for him to be okay with what's currently going on. And he would even go as far to say that he believes that 50 Cent got some bad karma coming his way.
We Diddy'd it. We Diddy'd it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, look, how much more he's already incarcerated. How much further under the bus do you throw him at right now? I
You're
think
closer to it than people realize, I think.
we ain't that close.
Not
Say
close
that into the camera. We ain't baby all close. But yo, look,
Nah. You working with Pop?
Puff for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close.
He closed with Big and Pop. He did a movie with Pop. Above the rim.
Hey, Jack, what were you saying?
And I went to college with Puff.
Hang on. What were you saying?
I knew Diddy when he was puffing.
Okay.
And the
He said, I know
documentary
Diddy
shows
when he was
insinuations
puffy. Yeah, I know Diddy when he was puffy too.
of, you know, that Diddy possibly has
Like
to
high
both
school.
Tupac and
I've
Biggie.
been listening
And,
to
you know,
these
We
to all
tell the
this.
story, right? You can skew
People very close to the situation.
but you can skew. You can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I can be like, you know what?
You have?
I could create
Come on.
a narrative.
Well,
I could be
we
like,
see it all the time in reality shows.
like,
Nah,
reality
that's
show.
right.
That's
Yeah,
how
you
you create the right narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well, people are
between,
saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it. It's divided.
it's between him and Puff.
Should have just stuck to this stance and just cut it here. But he kept talking, which ultimately led to him and 50 Cent now having issues. What I would say, even though me and Marlon Wayans have drastically different opinions of Diddy, he tend to think Diddy is a good guy, or at least Diddy is a guy that he doesn't mind still being an acquaintance with. I, for one, think Diddy is a horrible human being. After watching that documentary, bro, Diddy...
y'all, we heard about that. We know about that, the Diddy shit. Hey, y'all go check out Party, man. We about to go to Trap, more Raw, see what he's talking about with this Davis shit. Because I'm trying to see what they got going on with the Davis shit.
Share a few things I'm growing in my garden. Parsley, basil,
Trapmore gang, we have got some massive news related to the David case. It has been reported that the grand jury that has assembled to look over some of the evidence and maybe make a decision about whether some people are actually going to be in trouble over this situation where Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found dead in the trunk of the singer David's Tesla.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate...
It sounds like they're kind of putting belt to ass on some of these clowns who clearly, in my opinion, must have known that something was going on. And there's numerous people that have been under pressure from the grand jury. And honestly, it's actually sweet to see because I did cover it in a previous video. And I did make it very clear that I feel like anybody that was around David, you're in a lot of trouble. You deserve to be put on the stand and ask questions. I'm talking about record executives from his label. I'm talking about management. I'm talking about friends and family because we see the little girl that passed away besides the stage at shows. We see her congregating with you guys and circulating amongst the team, and we want answers. What were you doing around this little girl? What was David doing with a 13, 14-year-old girl at his shows? And what did you guys do to protect her? So we're going to get into all of it. I've got all of the links. Okay, I'm going to break it all down. But before we do that, man, I've got some new threads today. Okay, I've been getting a lot of love. Shout out to Never Forget Loyalty, my guys. They laced me up with a good little care pack today. So that is where I got my fresh guns from, if you want to know. And shout out to anybody that's been sending me clothes lately.
We're going hip hop.
Yo, you got another one,
Y'all
man.
check out hip hop.
They say Kodak Black and Jack Boy, still got that little beef going on, but it's starting to heat up all over again. You know what I'm saying? So we finna go on here and check that out. See what's going on with that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all.
Black and Jack Boy's beef already got one innocent woman killed. But now it's heating up even more, and rumors are flying that Jack Boy is sending shooters in his own home. 2 dudes got shot in Yak's hood, and today we're breaking down.
Today we're breaking down. Hey, man, I can get me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit a notification. Peace on one. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm going to come back in here later on in the evening. Peace on one.